Good afternoon, Stephanie. Welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good.
So, what's been new? I haven't seen you in a while. Tell me about what's been going on.
Not much. I've just been working and kind of just trying to start my business.
Right? I noticed your necklace. Is that something that you made?
Yes, it is. Thank you for noticing. I know
Oh,
that we had mentioned it. That was so long ago. I'm so happy you remembered.
yeah. I'm so excited that you finally are getting this together. I know you've been really wanting
Oh,
to work on it
God.
and then had some difficulties to put you on pause, but here you are and you've started it.
Yes, it's been hectic and COVID didn't help, but here we are.
Here we are. All right. So, for today, what is there anything specific that's been on your mind that you wanted to talk about? Anything about the business that's been bothering you,
No,
or
honestly, the business has been going really well. The issue that I'm having lately is I am just like, I've been doing well.
mm-hmm.
I know the last time we spoke, I was living with my mom and we were doing that, and I've since transitioned to my boyfriend's, and
Right?
that's been going well. Very happy there. But it just seems like the relationship with my mom's kind of a little since.
Okay. So, when you made the what do you really mean?
Mm.
How how would you define that feeling for yourself?
It just feels like the relationship's strained. I
Okay.
feel very distant,
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say. I guess if I were to feel, I would feel kind of not as, I don't know, what is the word for not feeling
Maybe not as
connected?
connected, like
Yeah, a
yeah,
disconnect. I feel a
disconnect.
disconnect.
Okay. So it sounds as though you're saying that since moving out from your mom's place, you feel as though the relationship with your mom has changed. Is
Mm-hmm.
that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is there anything that's been any conflicts between your mom that has arisen that's made you feel that way, or is it just kind of in your day to day interactions with her?
I don't know if it's just like I don't see her every day now, and maybe that's different, but obviously it was harder being my mom's main person,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm not there. So it kind of seems like she takes that out on me
Mm-hmm.
for not being there every day like I was.
Right.
And I think there's maybe a bit of jealousy with
Mm-hmm.
me and my boyfriend's mom
Right.
and having a relationship with her as well.
Right. And that might for her to feel that way might be a little scary to see her daughter move out and to
Mm-hmm.
start something new, especially if she isn't right there as she's always been. So I'm sorry to hear that that's how you have been feeling about the relationship. Have you had a chance to talk about this with your mom at all, or have you just kind of been keeping it to yourself?
I've definitely been keeping it to myself.
Okay, so if you are keeping it to yourself, do you think that's going to help you in your mom's relationship?
Probably not. That
Okay,
probably isn't a good
right,
approach.
right. Definitely not the best approach, but it's totally normal to bottle up those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So if we had to think of the best case scenario for you talking about your mom, what would that look like for you?
Hmm. I mean, I think best case scenario would be to sit down with her and explain that, you know, she's still my family. Like, she's still
Mm-hmm.
my blood and my mom, and nothing would ever change that.
Definitely.
And I think that, in speaking with her, I should also mention, like, maybe even to introduce her to my boyfriend's family to kind of make
Mm-hmm.
her feel less threatened.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know if that would be a good idea.
Oh. So it sounds, from what I'm hearing, it sounds as though you've already put a lot of thought into what you want the relationship to look like moving forward,
Mm-hmm.
which is awesome. And I hope that you and your mom can have those conversations and that you can meet. But as we know, with the same with your jewelry business, things don't always go as planned.
Mm-hmm.
What would it look like if things didn't go as you just said? Where do you think that would put you and your mom's relationship at?
I think it would hurt the relationship a lot just because because it's not that they don't approve of her,
Mm-hmm.
it would be her not approving of them,
Right.
which would be more than me feeling like they're being you know, they've been very nice. They're very nice people, and I think I would not pick a side,
Mm-hmm.
but I definitely wouldn't be leaving my boyfriend because my mom.
Right.
So like it would strain us even more because she definitely wouldn't want to be near me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd be worried of things she would say to them to hurt them.
Right.
Worst case scenario would be her like losing it,
Mm-hmm.
me explaining, trying to sit her down, and her either being super jealous or just getting really mad and like taking it out on me or them.
Right.
And I don't want that to happen either. So,
Right.
which is one of the reasons I've been keeping it, because obviously I'm scared of the worst case.
Of course. So, from what I'm hearing you say, it sounds as though you're concerned about how your mom's reaction and how she's going to feel, but you're equally concerned about your boyfriend and his family and how they're going to feel.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like you're taking a lot of this onto yourself and you're considering everyone's feelings. Have you thought about how just you feel about everyone meeting and forming those relationships?
Ooh, that makes me anxious.
Yeah. And it does. It's not easy to talk about this stuff, but talking about it is what helps move us forward.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like what you were saying about talking to your mom, having that gentle conversation with her, and then maybe planning for a time to meet the family, your boyfriend's family, and have that time together.
Yeah.
So going forward, if we were thinking about something that you could do for next week, maybe think about a conversation you might be able to have with your mom, maybe even if you plan a spot for a coffee date. That sounds like something you might be able to work on?
I think I like the idea of maybe if we do like a coffee date, or even I talk to her and then introducing them, if I were to introduce them in a public setting.
Definitely.
Where I feel like she wouldn't explode.
Right.
That would be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think it's time that I talk to my mom and not worry about worst case, because there's a slim chance it'll go worst case.
Right. And from what I hear from everything you're saying is that you really care about your mom. You really care about your relationship. So that's really evident to me. And I think that will really shine through with the conversations that you have with her and with your boyfriend's family. All right, so let's work on that for next week. Try and plan that coffee date or some sort of conversation with your mom. And when you come back next week, we can see where you're at, how you're feeling, and go from there.
Perfect.
Okay.
I like it.
Awesome, Steph. So it was great to see you, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.